after yeah, everybody, as always. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you aren't tuned in, I appreciate everybody listening on YouTube. After, listen to the interview after we're done here, man. But with that being said, man, I would now bring on Justin Burke from the JBurke Project.
Hello.
Yo, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on?
Not a lot, bro. How you doing?
Man, I'm good. A little exhausted. I've been editing the heck out of this video I just did for Cookie and them.
Okay, at that down at the little Third Avenue League.
No, they did. I posted a little bit of it, but I'm editing the real video now. It was a charity event sponsored by Foot Locker, kind of like a back to school deal where they essentially gave away on behalf of Foot Locker like 400 pairs of shoes and a bunch of clothing. It's kind of like a first come first serve sort of thing. But so I've got a little bit of that on my page. But that's what I'm doing, my man. What's up with you?
Not a lot, man. Just I've had a lot going on too, man. I just recently started a new job at Walmart, and it's kind of messed with my schedule with this a little bit, but it is what it is. I'm trying to get back in the groove, trying to find some people to come on.
Absolutely, man. Well, I'm glad to be on here, and it's nice to meet you as well over the phone for the first time. I don't think we've ever spoken in person or the phone, so.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that. So first of all, man, will you explain to us exactly what the JBurke Project is?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, for starters, if you were to ask me that 3 years ago, I would have probably gave you a different answer. So we can go into how it started later on. But what the JBurke Project is kind of my passion and hobby to create every day. I was never a guy that could make music, but I was always into music. I never felt like I was super good at sports. And one day my sister had a camera. I watched a couple videos of some YouTubers that I used to watch, and I like the cinematography video side of things, and I went down this rabbit hole, and so I did it. I tried to just make a video one day, and I fell in love with it. I think one of my first videos was I was still in school at the time, and I went over my friend Holly's house, and I just vlogged myself with like my iPhone 5, and eventually ran into my sister's camera, and I think I took a trip somewhere with my friend, and we just wanted to see what we could make. So after that, I researched video after video like everyone else does on YouTube about how to get better at something, or, exactly how anyone would want to find inspiration. But the JBurke Project today is about my artwork and collaborating with other talented people on projects that I think that are great projects. And it's kind of like my way of giving back to someone. People do offer to pay me for my work to help for their videos, but it's more my way of giving back to things that I find that are underrated. If I hear an artist that has a great song, I'm like, man, I really want more exposure. So I do what I can on my end to make them artwork, like the single cover artwork that you've probably seen, or a visualizer, anything like that. And it's kind of my way of adding my own creative touch onto their work.
Yeah, bro. I've seen you actually working with doing a lot of different things. I saw you did Carrie Martin's music video.
Yeah, that was my very first visualizer. So that was super simple. He hit me up and was like, "What's up, man? Nice to meet you. I like your work." Gave each other a couple compliments, and he asked me if I could come over to the studio to get some photos of him or something. So he drops the address. I pull up to the studio, take a couple of pictures of him, and then I tried to do the best I could to get him to get some clips, so that way I could bring those back to my office here in my apartment and sauce them up. And it was kind of difficult because Ollie had two clips to work with. One was him in front of the computer with the engineer. Shout out to Michael Tolley. And then well, there's actually three. I lied. The second clip was him walking to the booth in the back of the studio. And then the third clip was him rapping in the mic in the studio. So I literally had three clips to work with, and I tried to turn it into something great.
Yeah, that's a lot of talent, man. I watched it. It turned out good, dude. I guess it actually did. Look professional. So shout out to you for that, man.
Thank you, man.
So you've also been going down there and filming for the Third Avenue League, man. How'd that get started?
Yeah, the Second Ave League. Shout out to
Second Ave,
my.
yeah, my fault. I was saying third.
No,
Second
you're
Ave, my
fine.
fault.
You're fine. So shout out to my old roommate Mateo Swain. He's really good friends with the school with John Brown. I think John is a good friend of Cookie, and essentially Mateo reached out to me and said, "Hey, I think this would be an awesome opportunity for you to go cover this event because they don't have like a real cameraman." And typically people have just kind of been using their phones. They've never had that like coverage. And I've never provided real coverage for an event. You can look at anything that I have. I don't have anything like that on my YouTube up until what I posted. It's Facebook, Instagram. I had nothing like that. So I thought, well, let me see if I can, really help these people out and give them like a product, give them something to give them this ability to cover this event in a way that they may have not had it before. And that's also kind of what the project is about as well. Everything that I do is original. I don't do the same thing twice. And that's really what I pride myself on. Every project I start, I do it with a fresh idea from scratch. And I like to do new projects. So this was a new project for me. And I thought, okay, how can I portray this basketball league in the best way possible? So I thought, making some good connections would help. And I shot a couple messages around. That was my first time meeting up with Rock Solid Media. Shout out to Caleb, one of the best videographers that I know in West Virginia, period. And that was my first time meeting him. So we shook hands. It was cool because I had watched his videos for months before I'd ever met him there. And I made a lot of great connections, and I really liked the video that I was able to make for them. I wish I would have had like a stabilizer to make the footage a little more crispy, but I tried to get, a different reaction and a different video than what Caleb did. His was more of a overall recap, and I kind of wanted to get in the scene, in the mix, and I hope I kind of portrayed that a little bit.
Okay, and I also noticed that you've worked with like multiple different artists around here, right? Doing
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Who are those artists that you worked with?
So I worked with, let's see. Well, not just here. Shout out to Shalem. Shout out to City Phil. I don't know why I said I think, but I shot a vlog for Shalem back on New Year's at the beginning of 2020. I shot him a vlog, which was, again, an original product. I had never followed another artist around with a camera and created them a full vlog. I don't have that posted on my YouTube channel. It is on Shalem's page and his Facebook. I may upload that to my channel. It doesn't really fit the context now, but the situation now, but I do have that. City Phil up in Huntington. I actually met City through Shalem, and then from there it grew. Let's see. I was originally working with Young TC, or some may refer to him as Big TC. Carrie, who just put out a song. I would consider him an artist because that was his first song, by the way. That was Carrie's very first song. So with it being that good and the audio quality being that good, I would definitely consider him an artist.
Yeah.
And Swervy, I met the first time I met Lil Swervy was through TC. They collaborated on a Back in Town because Swervy is from this area, but he moved to Virginia Beach. And I've been a big fan of Swervy for a while, but since he was in Virginia Beach, I had never had an opportunity to meet with him, get some photos, do what I can for him. So he was back in town, and him and TC have this project called Back in Town. I did the cover art for the single. You can find that on my page, and Swervy as well. So I did the cover art for Swervy's freestyle Pinot Grigio. That's pretty fresh there on my page.
Yeah, man. I've seen you work with some really good artists from West Virginia. I actually didn't know that you knew Slim, man. I've actually reached out to him before and had exchanged a few DMs with him. So
Yeah, absolutely. And that's, on the artist side of things, I love music. I have a wide background as far as music. My dad raised me to listen to like Eagles, CCR. So I have an interesting background as far as music goes. Having country roots, and growing up in a rural area like you and I both, I definitely have a lot of country influence, but that's kind of helped me with quality sound and instruments and guitars. So when I hear a good song, regardless of the genre, I know it's a good song. And a part of the project is to eventually one day create its own platform where we give back to people that are doing good work. So if I'm working with an artist, so the goal of the project is always to collaborate with people that are doing a good job as far as music, fashion, anything creative here, anybody that's moving the needle. I want the project to be a part of it and cover it in some way. And on the music side of things, I'm glad that you said you like the artists that I've been working with, because that's what I do in my free time. I listen to underground artists. I like mainstream artists, but I listen to underground artists. That's why I always promote my playlist on SoundCloud, which is just the JBurke project. And I try to promote a lot of local artists on there. And I try to find the best songs because I know they're probably not getting a lot of exposure. So I take their songs because I'm not going to get copyright for them. And I make something with their music because I know it's a great song. Therefore, my art can have a little more substance to it, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So obviously, in the music industry, videographers don't get as much shine as the artist or as much shine as the producers, unless you're like a Cole Bennett or someone like that. But do you have any videographers that you look up to or that inspire you in any way?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good question, man. Very nice.
Thank you.
Cole Bennett, he definitely started a new way of editing, and I would consider him more of a director. I'm sure he probably likes to hold the camera, but Cole Bennett is a director and an art designer, and he hires cameramen. So a lot of times,
I thought. Well, I thought in the beginning he was the one behind the camera, but
no, he is. But what I'm saying is, like, his type of work takes a collaborative effort with him, and absolutely. But yes, he is a videographer. He's done it before he's ever got to where he is. But the point I was trying to drive home with that is, like, I wouldn't consider myself a videographer. I'm actually trying to steer more away from being behind the camera and being more a part of the scene and in front of the camera as a subject. Now, that's kind of difficult because I do like to hold the cam and I do like to do things for people, but that's my way of giving back to really wanting to do that for them, because I know great videographers. I know great ones here in West Virginia better than myself. I would feel much better giving the videographer the idea and working with the videographer to create the vision for the artist collectively. That's kind of what my role is. And you're right, that role doesn't get a lot of shine, but there's a lot of substance to it. And I also feel like it's an untapped market because if you notice, because you're all over social media too, videographers are kind of popping up everywhere as well as like their own influencer. Cole Bennett, he does his own shows, just like Rolling Loud that I went to. Cole Bennett has the Lyrical Lemonade show, and big artists die to be able to perform on that. And hopefully, I would like to kind of host that sort of thing with other great event hosters and just become a center hub of quality. That's kind of what the project's about. That was a long way to answer your question. I'm mostly inspired by Lone Wolf, if you ever watched any of his edits.
Okay, I got you. Is that on YouTube?
Absolutely. You could type in Lone Wolf. He does a lot of the edits for like Lil Uzi Vert. He does a lot of visualizers, like very choppy, very rough. I think he probably participated in the Lamborghini High by ASAP Rocky. But if you type in What's the Move by Young Thug and Lil Uzi Vert, he was the one that edited that, along with many others like what is that one by Lone Wolf? I can't think of it, but Lone Wolf, yeah, man, him and Og. If you, it's spelled AWGE. If you just type that in on Instagram or YouTube, they collaborate on edits, and they're awesome. They're very rough. They're not clean. They take 4K footage and compress it down to 360 to give it this like gritty choppiness. It's awesome. I'll send you something after we're done.
Okay, I got you, man. So, yeah, for sure. I'd like to check into that. But, anyways, man, let's hear about the merch a little bit, man. You got your own you got your own merch line?
Yeah, absolutely. And you, thank you for being one of the first to reach out in regards to that. You gained a lot of respect for me for that, because in the beginning it was something that I kind of just wanted for myself, and because that was I just felt like I have a great outlook on fashion. My girl Nora, she goes to Kent State. She studies fashion design. So I've always had this sort of like fashion bone in me that I've never really pulled out, but I've been more self-expressive these days. So I decided to make a couple things that I felt like represented my look, and I was tired of wearing brands, and I just wanted to wear my own brand. If you notice some of the tees that I wear, they're a little thinner. They're kind of more for the active lifestyle, but they do serve like a multi-purpose. I like to design the tees that I can wear, whether I would be going to the mall, if I were lounging. I like a kind of sporty fit that kind of fits all the occasions. But yeah, man, it's a lot of people have requested the merch, and we have a system in place. So everyone's more than welcome to DM me for that kind of stuff. But right now I have a website that's private. I think I posted it on my Instagram. I have a website. It's just private, and we're going to release that once we get a little better system down. That's kind of taken backseat to the projects that I'm working on, but that's not a problem, just because it's something that I'm going to work on as we get time. And I want to add quality to what we do. I don't want to be a sellout and just sell a bunch of merch. I'd rather have people ask me for it than me tell people to go buy it, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense for sure, man. Yeah, I'm actually really excited to get mine. I'm not sure when that's going to be here or anything, man, but I'm really excited to actually get it and rep a young entrepreneur-minded person like myself.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I think it's the Bella Canvas. Do you own any Bella Canvas t-shirts?
I don't think so.
Okay. So Bella Canvas is I would call it like the highest quality t-shirt that you can get, like plain, compared to like a Hanes obviously Hanes has different polyester cotton ratios, but I've sourced the materials, and that's another part of the merch as well, is I focus on the quality, not as much as like how, in other ways, like we don't focus on the all available colors, but we source the highest quality t-shirt that we can get. That way it feels good when it's on you. You don't want to take it off.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, yeah, that's dope, man, for sure. So what is like your ultimate goal with this? Is it just to put some shine onto some creative people or what?
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple goals for it. The first goal is to have fun. I think that we're very we're goal oriented. We're born goal oriented. That's the reason why we give ourselves such a hard time when things don't work out. So the biggest thing for me is to have fun, making projects. Cherishing the moments that someone would let me take photos or videos for them and then make my own art out of it. So the number one goal is to create every day and to have fun. In my store that you'll find when I make it public, at the top, right below you, before you hit shop, it says create every day. And the t-shirts are create every day, the everyday creator t-shirt. And the idea is that my goal is to show people that you don't have to have the best camera, or you don't have to have a YouTube channel with 500,000 subscribers to start making videos. So my goal is to give people confidence to just start making videos. I always hated when my relatives, I would ask them about their childhood and they would pull out a photo album. And I thought, wow, that's nice. You guys don't have any videos or anything? So they just oftentimes tell stories and pull open an old photo album. And I thought, and this was a few years ago, I thought I'm going to start recording. That way, whenever I'm 60, all I have to do is press play. I don't have to tell a bunch of stories. So that's kind of one big goal that I want to continue, which is to continue to press play and continue to document my life and to document the art that I've been making and things like that. So to have fun, to document, and I definitely do want to build a platform out of this. So those are the three things: have fun, never stop recording, and to build a platform.
Yeah, man. One of the biggest reasons why I made this is for those same reasons, man. Have fun, doing something I like to do. Like you said, I love music, and I have a passion for West Virginia music, and I don't have that kind of creative bone in my body, but I feel like there's other ways that I can make this industry poppin', whether that be through promotion or through just anything, man. Because a lot of these artists in West Virginia obviously don't have the funds, they don't have the backing, they don't have any kind of label support or anything. So I feel like I'm not really obligated to help them, but I feel like it's something that I enjoy doing, and it's something that I feel like could help someone else out in the long run.
Yeah, that's awesome that you're doing that. I instantly knew what the radio was about whenever I first started tuning in, which was a good thing. I knew right away that that's what you were providing for people. I looked at some of your previous guests, and you're essentially giving people a platform that they and even just the feeling of having an interview. There's great artists who've never been asked to have an interview, so you're giving people their first interview. Kind of same thing like with what I have going on. I decided to do some interviews for people, and I want to stick to the core backbone of what the project the project is about, which is quality. So every particular person that I ever interview, there's going to be a big purpose behind it. I don't just want to interview. I don't want to just be put in a box as a guy that interviews everybody. I want to give people an opportunity when I feel like they need one. I interviewed Taliban Tay. You know, he's one of the best producers in West Virginia, and he's probably not even. I'm not saying he's not well known, but he's probably better than a lot of people who have 20,000 followers, but maybe they're just live in Chicago, right? So I felt like he was someone that needed to be on there. And then also DJ Actright. DJ Actright has brought every big artist that's ever performed here. He's had a hand in that. Everyone knows who he is. So I just felt like it was a mutual interview, but it had a big purpose behind it. And so I kind of like what you're doing with that too. You're giving people an opportunity that they feel like they should have had a long time ago.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. That was actually the first time I heard about you. Actually, was that Taliban Tay interview, man? Because I'd known him, I had reached out to him, and just like Salim, man, we exchanged a few DMs, and then I saw him posting your stuff, and actually, now I think about it, I think one of my best friends, Josh Sullivan, actually showed me a video a long time ago. Actually, now I think about it.
Shout out to my cousin Josh.
Yeah, man, that's one of my best friends for life, man. Ever since I was a little kid, man.
Well, that's good. That's my cousin. That's shout out to Josh Sullivan. I'm glad he's always giving me praise for the things that I do. He's a great guy. I actually want to get Josh involved into the project. I know he's a busy guy, but I definitely like to bring him around more myself. And I know he's very artistic, and he's I see a lot in Josh. So I definitely want to add him to the team, but I want to add value to him. So I'm going to wait till I make this platform a little bigger. And essentially, I just like to give him a role, give him something that he can do and feel proud to be a part of.
Yeah, man, he is very artistic. He's very good at drawing, things like that. And like I said, man, I've known the dude for a long time. He was one of my very first friends I ever met in school. So,
real quick, shout out to 3 Up, 2 Up. That's a West Virginia-based clothing company. That's my sponsorship.
You gonna have to you gonna have to send me a link for that, man. I'm about to cop some of their clothes too.
Absolutely. So do me a favor while you have your hands out. On your right hand, hold up 3 fingers. On your left hand, hold up 2 fingers. What does that look like to you?
Look, a 3 and a 2.
All right, which also has what representation to the state?
With what? Was it what West Virginia was the 32nd state, I guess?
No, well,
I don't know.
I mean, well, it's not. No, it's not that. But if you're looking at your fingers right, the 3 and the 2.
I got you.
What is it? What does it represent?
Looks like WV.
Exactly. There you go.
It does. Okay, I got you. I was kind of confused. I was like, huh?
Nah. So yeah, man. Give them a big shout out. Their principles are based off of substance and style, and which is in my bio on my Instagram. And essentially, 3 Up, 2 Up is a streetwear brand designed to empower all people throughout the state of West Virginia.
Mm-hmm. That's dope, man. I'd like to actually cop some of that at some point, man. I like to purchase clothes from people in this state. So
yeah, I actually just partnered with them for an upcoming project. They had one of their founders is an artist, Pete Myers, and they onboarded me to do this project, which is called That Was Fun. So I'll be the pretty much video director from here on out, assuming this project goes well for them, for interviews for people that they do projects with. They did a competition called Calling All Creators, and essentially 2 winners got their design put out on merchandise. They just did a thing for their followers called Calling All Creators. And I'll have to send them to you. They're pretty cool West Virginia logos. So they're definitely someone that Ansel Ponder. That's the next person you need on the radio.
Who's that?
His name is Ansel. He's the owner, the main founder of 3 Up, 2 Up.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, man, I'll bring him on for sure sometime. I'm open to bring on any open-minded person, not open-minded, but any creative-minded person is what I should have said. Any
Absolutely,
creative-minded person on here.
they're highly creative over there on that brand, based out of Bluefield. They do a lot of cool collabs, like with they bring a lot of substance from West Virginia, like coal mining, and they make these like really cool hoodies though that have like a lot of streetwear substance. So I feel like I feel like that's about to be your new favorite brand.
Okay, I got you, man. So, what's your quarantine been like? You just been in the house a lot, or what?
Man, I've gotten in a lot better shape. I've been able to. I live by myself, right? So I've been able to just spend a lot more time with myself, man. You know, I know that sounds crazy, but whether it be through working out or here at the apartment, you know, just kind of diving into things that I've ignored for a while. I stopped writing in my journal because I had quote unquote real life things to take care of right before the pandemic hit. And once the pandemic hit, I found myself in my apartment a lot more, and it's been good for me. I don't party anymore. I don't do anything like that, and I can thank the pandemic for that. I like craft beer, but I haven't drank any just because I didn't want to sit here and gain some weight and not be active, right? So I've gotten healthier. I've been working on my journal. I've been trying to better my craft with my visualizers, but it's been great. I feel like throughout this pandemic, I've kind of got to know. I've gained a lot of confidence in myself. You know, I had never faced anything like a pandemic. So you're like, oh my God, is the world over? Right. That was like the first question I was asking when the pandemic first happened. I was like, all right, all I need to know is how bad is this? Are we going to be all right? And I was like doing the numbers, you know, I'm talking about when it was like really bad at first, like when everyone was freaking out. I was like, are we going to be all right? Okay. I think we're going to be all right. And then from that day, I just played it safe.
Yeah, I feel
but
you,
no,
bro.
man, it's been good. It's been a little weird though, like not having sports and stuff, bro. That's been taking a toll on me.
Yeah, it's been real weird, man. I'm glad that the NBA is finally back at least.
Right.
So, you have anybody you'd like to shout out or anything you'd like to say before I let you go?
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Frampton and Co. They are the clothing t-shirt company that sponsors my merchandise. Again, shout out to 3 Up, 2 Up. If any of my relatives ever listen to this, shout out to all of my immediate and distant relatives, especially like one you mentioned, Josh Sullivan. Shout out to TC. I really think he's a solid artist here in West Virginia. And Z-Dub, his cousin, they're really doing a lot of great things. And I think that's about all I have as far as the shout-outs go. Kind of put me on the spot with that one, John. You didn't have to do that.
My fault, man. My fault.
Nah, you're good.
Hey, man, I really appreciate you coming on, brother.
Absolutely. I appreciate you as well. Thank you for your time.
If you don't mind, I do plan to post this on YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Okay.
love me some YouTube.
I was gonna post the Taliban Tay interview, man, but the audio got messed up.
Don't you hate when that happens, bro?
Yeah, I was sick, bro. I was sick.
I know you was. I had something like that happen to me. I was doing an interview with City Phil, and I lost the interview footage.
It happens, man. It happens sometimes. Technology is unpredictable.
Oh, tell me about it.
Hey, man, thank you so much for coming on, bro. We're gonna talk in the future, man. We're gonna have to do something sometime soon. Work on something. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. We're going to circle back here soon for sure.
Mm-hmm. All right, hey man, I'll hit you up soon, man, and we'll discuss something, bro.
All right, thank you. I'm proud of you for doing this as well. This is technically the first time anyone's ever interviewed me, so you're on to something.
Hey, yes, sir, brother. I really appreciate that, man. Just keep grinding.
All right, thanks, bro.
Yes, sir, no problem. There you have it, man. Justin Burke on Sugar Grove Radio. I appreciate the homie for coming on, man. Means a lot to me. With that being said, man, today's sponsor is Lanham Handyman Services, man. It's my homie Chris Lanham's company. He's a handyman. He can do anything you want. He'll cut your grass. He'll fix the leak in your roof. He'll fix your vehicle, man. He can do anything you need him to do, man. So shout out to Chris Lanham. You can find him on Facebook at Chris Lanham, obviously. You can find him on Instagram at Chris.Lanham. Or you can call him at 304-444-4709. And it's 304-444-4709. So shout out to Chris Lanham, man. Shout out to everybody who listens to this on YouTube, man. Like and subscribe if you like it. Sorry for my annoying stutter. I'm trying to work on that, man. But shout out to everybody who listens to this now or in the future. With that being said, man, stay safe. A lot of crazy times out there. Stay home and wear a mask, man. Shout out to everybody for tuning in.